Hey guys, in this video today, I'm going to share with you some serious insight into how you can literally double your sales overnight by just implementing this strategy. And you can help yourself if you're just like a solo business owner dealing with your sales calls yourself, or if you have a sales team, you can teach it to them as well. And I want to share with you a little story about myself where I didn't have this in place, and it was pretty embarrassing for me, to be honest with you, and I don't talk about it very often, but I hope you get a lot out of today's video. Let's get straight into it. So when I used to work, in like the corporate world, I had like what people would call the gift of the gab, and a lot of my friends and a lot of my co-workers would come up to me and say, Rob, you should work in sales because you have the gift of the gab, like you can talk to anyone, you sound very persuasive. And after a while, I was like, you know what, I should just apply for jobs in sales because I'd be good at it. Anyway, I never went through with that. But what I actually did do was sell my business, and a big part of my business was selling to people, right? And I quickly found out that being in business, trying to sell, is way harder than what it actually looks like. And I remember I used to have phone call after phone call with new potential client, and I couldn't close any of them, right? I couldn't sell to any of them. I didn't understand it, even though like I understood the theory of sales, right? I read like tons of sales books, but like something just wasn't quite right. And so by this point, like I didn't really have an awful lot to believe in the product that I was selling, because I was just like, I'm not sure if like I can even get good client results with this because I can't shift it, right? And what happened as a consequence of that is that that belief ended up feeding back in, and my sales just didn't improve at all. Now, if you've listened to any of like sales books or seen any of the sales gurus, they all talk about that you must believe in your product if you are going to, sell it and give it out to the masses, right? You must believe first before you do that. And a part of the process of selling is selling yourself on your own product or own service first. And those who have the conviction that their product is the best product will actually end up selling way more. And I've seen this in sales teams. The people who believe in their product more tend to sell it better, right? And the people who don't believe in the product, or, they found like flaws of the product or service, like they don't sell at all. And the reason why is there's a level of conviction you have in yourself when you speak to other people if you believe in your product. Think about like the people who believe like the world is flat, right? That the world isn't round. They're called flat earthers, right? But it's not just one person. There's a whole group of people. And what happens is one person with a strong conviction that the earth is flat speaks to other people, and they speak to them with such conviction that it overrides these other people's beliefs and like any type of history they've got of science and understanding science, and then they end up like spreading the word that the world is actually flat instead of round, and then suddenly more and more people start believing it. And there's also the same thing in cults as well. You should pick up Robert Cialdini's book on influence, and he talks about like cults where basically people are just consistent in their approach when they're trying to recruit other people to the cult. And all that's happened is a transference of conviction from one person to another. And then that person goes on to speak to other people with conviction and convinces them as well. So my point of me going off on this bit of a tangent here is that you must believe in your product. And a great way to believe in your product is to sell yourself on it first. And you can sell yourself with different ways, right? You can look through your own testimonials, your own client reviews, your own client results. once per day just before you do sales sessions, which will help you understand that your product is actually good, right? How many times do you actually look through your own reviews and own testimonials about how people think about your products? Probably not a lot, right? I don't do it either. But what I do notice is the times I read through reviews and I think to myself, that was hard earned, that was, I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. My sales actually go up. I end up closing more people, having more successful conversations with people. And it's just because I believe in my product more. If you're new and you're just starting out and you don't have testimonials, you don't have client reviews, so you can't use that strategy, what you should do instead is look at your other competitors who you've probably got a similar service to and look at their reviews and then understand from that point of view, like, I will be helping people. I will be adding value to people's lives. This is an important product. And it's crazy the levels of success you can reach in sales and in other things as well if you just start with a strong belief in yourself or your service. You can start closing people like that, but you must practice selling yourself first. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a quick one from me today. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel, give me a like on this video as well, and see you in the next one.